Yo, hey, this shit easy, nigga. Hey, all I'm talking about, nigga, I'm still out here trying to get it.
Contender Regime Boxing checking back in with y'all, man. What's happening? What's going on? So I want to talk about Gervonta Tank Davis and, what the future may hold for him and how Mayweather Promotions, PBC, Al Heyman, Floyd Mayweather, and Leonard Ellaby, how they've been moving him and handling his career. First and foremost, man, I want to say Floyd Mayweather, Mayweather Promotions, PBC, they have done a fantastic job with Tank Davis's career thus far, putting him in the right fights, lining him up to be a star and eventually a superstar. I think he's definitely a star right now. He made his name. He been had his name, but he really cemented his presence with that performance over Leo Santa Cruz on Saturday night on pay-per-view. So he cemented his presence as a pay-per-view star. Now, he's on the verge of reaching that superstar status. Got his own solid fan base. He got a great team around him. The performance that he put up against Leo Santa Cruz, he got some of the Mexican fan base as well. And then he also got the haters too. You know what I'm saying? And he pretty much got everything that you need. He got the power, the skill, speed. He's very aggressive on offense, so that leaves a little bit of, it leaves him open a little bit to make the fight competitive for people to be able to land shots on him. He engages with fighters and he gets knockouts, 24 wins, 23 knockouts. That's crazy. And he's just a very exciting and electrifying type of guy. He's an electric fighter. He's a very entertaining and fun to watch fighter. He's a fan favorite. People will pay money to go watch Tank Davis in person, and people will pay money to watch Tank Davis on pay-per-view. The views will always be there. Honestly, it don't matter who he fight, but as they continue to matchmake and do a great job of matchmaking and putting him in there with the right guys, his popularity and his status will continue to grow. Now, there has been some people that say, they want to see Tank fight a threat or something. They want to see him people complaining about his opposition. Man, I look at it like this. I think they doing a great job. They created a star. Now you see with the response, Tank Davis just went viral with that knockout on Leo Santa Cruz. They are creating a star and it works. It's working. The same path that Floyd took. Now, keep in mind, Floyd was a whole different beast. He, pretty boy Floyd, he took a whole different path. But what Floyd doing is playing the game smart. He's saying, okay, let me take what I did on the second half of my career as far as outside the ring, as far as the matchmaking and different shit like that, creating big fights, prize fighting, big pay-per-view fights. Let me incorporate that in Tank game. Now, keep in mind, Tank is a totally different fighter from Floyd. You got a southpaw power puncher, knocking motherfuckers smooth out the ring. You know what I'm saying? So just off that alone, people want to see him fight. You know what I'm saying? So just off that alone, you gonna get a great fight. And it's a 95% chance that there's going to be a knockout. So they taking those elements and adding them together and creating the perfect recipe to create a superstar. You know what I'm saying? I look at it like this, man. I would love to see Tank. I think he should stay at 130. 130 is the division for Tank. I don't feel like he's a natural lightweight. I think he's kind of small for that division. But like he said, I can fight at lightweight and I can fight at junior lightweight. It just depends on the names. It depends on the guys that, the opportunities that present themselves. Just like for Ryan Garcia, that's a great fight to move up for. You know what I'm saying? Maybe a Telefimo Lopez. That's a good fight to move up for as well. Who else? You know, it just depends. But at 130, that's really, to be honest with you, 130 is really his division. Like, I feel like Tank Davis should try to become undisputed at 130. You got Lomachenko, you got Shakur Stevenson, you got Gary Russell Jr., you got Miguel Berchelt, all great fighters, all very, very amazing matchups for Tank Davis. And I feel like there's a lot of, you can sell those fights and they're all competitive matchups. So, with this notion that, people trying to call Tank Davis a cherry picker and all that, man, you can miss me with that bullshit, because a lot of y'all favorite fighter, motherfucker that y'all hold to high standards, who got caught using drugs, and y'all still put him as #1 on your pound for pound list. This motherfucker is a known drug cheat. He got caught using drugs. Y'all don't even talk about that shit. You just gloss over it. You know what I'm saying? Like nothing happened. This man used drugs. And you know who I'm talking about. Canelo Alvarez, you know who I'm talking about. You want to call Tank Davis a cherry picker. This motherfucker took Floyd game plan on the second half of his career and took that shit to a whole nother level. I'm talking about he don't want to fight nobody with a post. Canelo been fighting old guys with a name that's on their way out. That's what he do. That is the Canelo game plan. But yet he get all the credit in the world from y'all. So ain't no way in hell you gonna shit on Tank Davis, but you claim that this dude is the best. So what's good for the goose is good for the gander. You can't say that this man over here the best, and I made a video on this shit. Canelo Alvarez has mastered the art of cherry picking. I mean, look what he did with the Kovalev fight. He could have went up there and fought Bivol. He could have fought Beterbiev. No, not them. Let me fight Kovalev, the guy who's been knocked out multiple times, who's older than everybody, and who's a drunk, and he's on his way out. We gonna get him 8 weeks after he just fought. Let's fight that guy because he has the bigger name, and that's the easier victory for me to go get another title to add another division championship to my resume. You know what I'm saying? Let me go up and fight Rocky Fieldhand for his title, the least threat of anybody in that weight division. Let's fight Rocky Fieldhand. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bruh. Come on, dog. He fought Shane Mosley on his way out. You know what I'm saying? He tried to do the same thing with Floyd. But Floyd, Floyd is Floyd. Floyd was 37 years old. He tried to do the same shit with Floyd. And don't give me the Triple G shit. Triple G, 35, 36 years old. Yeah, he was undefeated, but shit, Triple G best win was Danny Jacobs. Like, come on, man. So, you can't tell me that, Tank Davis is a cherry picker, but this same dude that y'all get mad at me because I don't put a drug cheat on my pound for pound list. This the same dude that y'all advocating for, but you want to call Tank Davis a cherry picker. Man, if I'm Mayweather Promotions, then I don't even got to say that because I know what they going to do. You know what I'm saying? Floyd bought his money. They bought their business over there. They building a star, and I don't blame them. Because you damned if you do, you damned if you don't. You know what I'm saying? If Tank go out there and fight everybody y'all name and beat everybody y'all, the shit is impossible anyway. You can't fight every damn body. You know what I'm saying? Because number one, everybody ain't going to fight you. And then number two, sometimes the business just ain't right. You know what I'm saying? But you can fight. If he go out there, if it was possible for him to fight every name on every fan's wish list, if you could please everybody, it's still gonna be somebody out there hating. It's still gonna be somebody that say, well, shit, he ain't fought this guy. You know what I'm saying? Or he looked bad against this guy. You can't please everybody. So I like the blueprint. I like how they move with Tank Davis. You know what I'm saying? I say shit, the hell with these motherfuckers that's talking down. Tank Davis is a star. He doing his thing. You know what I'm saying? And he putting on great performances. And I believe that Tank want to fight the best. And Leo Santa Cruz was a 4-division champion. They want to play this whole thing. They're talking about He was smaller than Tank. Man, Leo Santa Cruz is bigger than Tank Davis, man. Every which way you want to look at it, he was bigger than Tank Davis. And I bet you if they showed the night of the fight weigh-ins, I bet you Leo Santa Cruz was heavier than Tank. I bet you he was. He was bigger than Tank Davis. He just got his ass knocked out. But shout out to Leo Santa Cruz because shit, he's a true champion, a true warrior. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, I want to see Tank fight the best. But I don't mind them strategically moving Tank because he's transcending the belts. He transcends the belts. He transcends all of this extra shit because he's actually a star. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you look at, and the reason I'm bringing up Floyd because that's his handler and they moving him a certain way. If you look at Floyd on the second half of his career, it did, even though Floyd continued to fight champion after champion after champion after champion and beat champion after champion after champion after champion, he didn't even have to fight no damn it. Floyd could have sold pay-per-views, millions of pay-per-views and didn't have no belt. He could have sold out any venue, could have fought any down body, didn't have a belt, motherfucker still would have paid for it. You know what I'm saying? Because he was just that polarizing. You feel me? That's just what it was. So they building a star with Tank Davis. You know what I'm saying? So all these motherfuckers that's talking about cherry picking, if you gonna say Tank Davis a cherry picker, don't even ask me why Canelo ain't on my motherfucking pound for pound list. You know what I'm saying? Until they get that drug shit cleaned up, he'll never be on my pound for pound list ever. You know what I'm saying? And until he fight, especially until he fight Jamal Charlo or Demetrius Andrade, you know what I'm saying? Or somebody with a down post, Caleb Plant, you know, David Benavidez, somebody with a motherfucking post. You feel me? Fight one of them. You know what I'm saying? Stop fighting these old motherfuckers that's on their way out that we already know you're going to beat. Ain't no way in hell you going to call Tank a cherry picker, but you going to sit up here and give Canelo Alvarez all the credit in the world. Well, you got to be shitting me. Y'all let me know what y'all think down in the comments, man. How y'all feel about how Mayweather Promotions is moving Tank's career? Who you want to see Tank fight next? Like I said, I want to see him fight the best. I love Tank Davis versus Miguel Berchelt. I think that shit is fireworks. That's lit. And it's another, I believe Berchelt is a Mexican. That's another, hey, that's the blueprint right there. Put him up against a name-known Mexican, a champion, somebody that everybody respect, and then shit, it's going to be fireworks. That's the blueprint. I ain't mad at it. You know what I'm saying? Put him in there with Gary Russell Jr. Put him in there with Shakur Stevenson. I'm with all the bullshit. Y'all let me know who y'all want to see Tank fight next. Contender Regime, boxing, I'll holler at y'all boys, man.